Hey everyone, Mr. W here. Today's lesson is on something called value of a digit, and we're going to place values in the millions. So let's start with the word digit today. Digit just means number. So for example, 4 is a digit. It's a number. The word value means how much is something worth. So for example, if you went to the store and you wanted to buy a toy matchbox and the price is $4, right? And then later on, your family wins the lottery and they're going to buy a brand new car that costs $40,000. Notice that both the toy car and the real car have the digit 4 in them, but the value is quite different, isn't it? And that's because of place value. The number of digits and the location of the 4 makes a big difference in the value. So we're dealing with problems like that today. When we talk about millions, we're talking about big numbers like this one, 43,682,041. And we're working with problems like this. Find the value of the underlined digit. So we underlined the 8. Now question, is that just 8? No, it's in the 10,000s place value. So that 8 actually has a value of 80,000. And I'm going to show you how we can do that with some other problems. Let's look at another example. Find the value of the underlined digit. Okay, so we have the 4. The 4 is in the tens place value. And I'm just going to give you the answer. The value of that 4 is just 40, right? But let me show you the steps. Okay, so here we go. First step is that the underlined digit stays the same. So the underlined digit is the 4, right? So that's where we get our 4. The second step is anything to the right of the underlined digit is going to pop into a 0. So that's where we got our 40. The last step is that anything to the left side of the underlined digit we're not using. So I'm just going to say we're going to cross them out. And so we get the answer of 40. Okay, so this lesson we will talk about place value. We'll go through the steps again, and then we'll solve some problems. Okay, so in dealing with our number at the bottom, every one of those digits has its own place value. The place values come in groups of 3 called periods. So our first period is called the ones period, and that's where the 0, 4, and 1 go. The 1 is in the ones place value, the 4 is in the tens place value, and the 0 is in the hundreds. Those 3 make the ones period. In the middle, we have the thousands period. The 2 goes in the 1000s, but usually it's just called thousands place value. The 8 is in the 10,000s place value. The 6 is in the 100,000s place value. Those 3 make up the thousands period. Then we have the millions period. And again, the pattern's the same. Ones, tens, and hundreds, but this time it's millions. The 3 is in the 1 millions, but it's usually just called millions. The 4 is in the 10 millions place value. And then we also have the 100 millions, and that's called the millions period. The comma have the job of going in between the millions and thousands in one period so we can tell the difference. The comma in the millions place value lets us know the separation between the millions and the thousands period. The comma that is in the thousands place value goes in between the thousands period and the ones period. Okay, so it's important to memorize your place values. Just practice a little bit together. So we'll review. Okay, so we've got our ones period right to the right. In the middle, we have our thousands period and then our millions period on the left side. Each of those periods, remember, it's like a pattern of ones, tens, and hundreds, right? The thousands is also ones, tens, hundreds, but remember, that's 1,000s, 10,000s, and 100,000s. Millions are ones, tens, hundreds also, but remember, it's 1 millions, 10 millions, and 100 millions. Name the period of the underlined digits. Okay, so we're looking for the period, right? Okay, remember what's in the middle. Is that millions, thousands, or ones? Great, that's the thousands period. Name the period of the underlined digits. That's the ones period. Name the period of the underlined digits. That's in the millions. Good. Name the place value of the underlined digits. So this time we're looking for the individual place value. Okay, I know that's in the middle three, so that's going to be thousands, right? That's just going to be thousands. It could also be called 1,000s. Name the place value of the underlined digit. That's in the 10 millions. Name the place value of the underlined digit. That's just the hundreds, right? Name the place value of the underlined digit. Okay, that's going to be in the millions, right? That's 100 millions. All right. We want to find the value or be able to find the value of the underlined digit on the place value chart. So let's just do a couple for practice. So that 1 on a place value chart would just be in the ones period in the ones place value. The 4 would be in the tens, but it doesn't just have a value of 4, it's actually 40. And the reason why is that each place value is 10 times greater. So in other words, it's going to be not just 4, but 4 groups of 10, okay? That 0, in this case, even though it's in the hundreds, it's just still going to be a value of nothing or 0. The 2 would go in the thousands or the 1,000s place value and would be worth 2,000 because it's 2, but it's 2 groups of 1,000. In other words, 2 times 1,000. The 8, right? So we kind of got the idea here, is going to be worth 80,000 because it's really 8 groups of 10,000. Okay, so let's skip over to the millions. I think you have the main idea. So that 4 would be in the 10 millions, right? So that would be 40 million. Because remember, it's actually 4 groups of 10 million each, okay? So just kind of wrap our mind around that a little bit. Okay, our steps: find the value of the underlined digit. So we did this before, but let's just review and then we'll do some problems. So we want to underline. Okay, so we can get our steps in here first. I'm getting ahead of myself there. So there's our steps there. Okay. So the underlined digit stays the same. And I gave you the answer just for this one, that it's going to be 300, but how did we get there? So there's our 3. The second step up at the top is the right turns into zeros. So those are zeros. And then our last step is that we're just going to cross out any digits to the left side. So our answer is 300. Okay. Find the value of the underlined digit. Okay, so it's going to be the 3. I'm not going to put up the directions this time. Okay. The answer is going to be 30,000, but let's find out why. So first step is that we keep the 3 because it's underlined. Anything to the right turns into zeros, and then we just cross out anything to the left of the underline. So our answer is 30,000. Find the value of the underlined digit. So it's going to be the 2. We're going to keep the underlined digit. Turn everything to the right into zeros, and then we're going to cross out anything to the left. So our answer for this one is 2 million. Okay, so those are the steps. Let's see if we can solve some problems. What is the value of the underlined digit? Okay, so it's 7. And pause if you want. Okay, so first step is we keep the underlined digit, turn zeros to the right, and everything else we cross out. So our answer is 700, which would be answer C. Directions: write your answer in the box. What is the value of the underlined digit? All right, so there's our number. And the underlined digit is 1. And pause if you like to solve. Okay, how'd you do? We're going to keep the underlined digit and turn everything else into zeros. We'll cross out our 4. So our answer is 10,000. What is the value of the 9 in the attendance of the Eagles versus Bills game? That's interesting. Pause if you want. Okay, you ready? So we said Eagles versus Bills game. So there's that one, right? And we're going to use that number. Let's rewrite that number. And we're looking for the value of the 9. Okay, well, that's easy. So we'll keep our 9. Everything to the right turns into zeros, and we're going to cross out anything to the left. So our answer would be 9,000. What is the value of the underlined digit? Okay, it's going to be the 8. And pause if you like. How'd you do? So I'm going to keep the underlined digit of 8 and turn everything else into zeros. There is nothing to the left for this example. So the answer is C, 800 million. which number below has a 7 with a value of 70? Well, that's interesting. So you can pause if you want. Okay, how'd you do? So we said which number below has a 7 with a value of 70. So we need to find the 7, and it has to be 70. Okay, and we enlarged our numbers to work with a little bit. So let's just underline the 7 for each of them, and we'll just find the value for A, B, C, and D. So that would be 7,000 using our steps. 700, nope. 700,000 at the bottom, 70. There we go. So it's going to be our answer at the very bottom. D would be the correct answer for this one. Well, thanks for watching if you made it this far. And we appreciate it, and we hope to see you on the next one.